Some places feel wrong at night. Not haunted, exactly, just wrong. I used to work the night shift at a big box supermarket in a small town, dead quiet, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone. The job was fine. The walk home wasn't. Every night, after the store closed, I'd take a narrow, forest-lined road to the bus stop. No lights. No sidewalks. Just me, the snow, and the dark. I thought I was used to it. Until the night I caught the last bus, and wished I hadn't. I used to work the night shift at a big box supermarket, basically a knockoff Walmart, in a small town where nothing much ever happened. It wasn't a bad gig, just repetitive. Stocking shelves, dealing with weird customers, and listening to the hum of the fluorescent lights overhead. What was bad, though, was the walk to the bus stop afterward. The store closed at 3 a.m., and my shift ended at 3:30. The last bus came at 3:50. I had just enough time to punch out, chug a Red Bull, and walk down a narrow road flanked by thick forest on both sides. No lights. No cameras. Just me, my footsteps, and the crunch of snow underfoot. Normally, I'd call a friend or listen to music to keep myself distracted. But that night, my phone had died halfway through my shift. So I walked in silence, the fog hugging the trees like ghostly fingers. That road always felt off, like it didn't belong in the real world. You'd take 2 steps and swear the trees shifted. You'd turn your head, and the fog seemed to breathe. But I'd walked it a dozen times. I knew it well enough. Or so I thought. That night, it was colder than usual. Snow was falling lightly, but the wind had picked up. I zipped my jacket to the top and started down the road, counting my steps like always. 1, 2, 3, 4. By the time I reached 50, I started to get that feeling, you know, the one, like someone was behind me. I told myself it was just nerves, that I was tired, that the cold was making me jumpy. But I couldn't shake it. So I did something dumb. I stopped. Dead still. Listening. At first, all I heard was the wind and snow. Then, faintly, another set of footsteps behind me. I turned fast, heart hammering. But there was nothing, just the fog and trees. I laughed it off, kind of. Just echoing footsteps, I muttered. I kept walking, a little faster. That's when I noticed the footsteps didn't just echo mine, they lagged a second behind. When I stopped, they stopped. When I turned, silence. That was no echo. By the time I hit the halfway point, the fog was thick. I could barely see 5 feet ahead. The road looked like it disappeared into a wall of white. I should have run. I wanted to run. But my legs wouldn't move any faster. It was like the cold seeped into my muscles, locking me in place. Then I heard breathing. Not mine. Low. Ragged. Wet. Coming from the trees to my left. I strained my eyes, and that's when I saw it, just for a second, something tall, pale, and hunched in the branches. It had long arms. Way too long. It looked like a person, but wrong, like someone had forgotten how a human was supposed to be put together. And it was watching me. I bolted. The wrong bus stop. I ran. I didn't look back. The snow blurred everything into one long white smear. I just kept running, hoping I was still on the road. I don't know how long I ran, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10. But suddenly, the trees thinned out, and the familiar wooden bench of the bus stop appeared through the fog. I nearly cried. I stumbled over, hands on my knees, panting like crazy. My breath looked like smoke in the freezing air. I checked the old analog bus stop clock, 3:45. Just in time. I sat down, trying to calm down. You imagined it, I whispered. It's just stress. Sleep deprivation. Your mind's messing with you. Then I saw the bus lights in the distance, 2 glowing orbs, fuzzy in the fog. Relief flooded through me. I stood up and waved. But as the bus got closer, something felt wrong. It was silent. No engine. No tires crunching over snow. Just, gliding toward me. Then it stopped. The doors hissed open. And no one was driving. The seat was empty. The lights flickered, and the inside looked off. The seats were too narrow. The ceiling was too low. Everything looked warped, like a funhouse mirror. I should have run. But it was cold. I was tired. And part of me just wanted to get out of there. So I stepped in. The door shut behind me with a snap. I turned, and that's when I noticed the other passengers. They weren't moving. Weren't breathing. Just sitting perfectly still in their seats. Their faces were pale and blank, eyes wide open, staring straight ahead. No one blinked. No one turned. They looked like mannequins wearing real people's clothes. I walked slowly to the middle of the bus, trying not to touch them. Every instinct screamed at me to leave. But the bus was already moving. I hadn't even sat down yet. I grabbed a pole and held on. Then one of them turned their head. Just the head. 90 degrees. Their eyes met mine. No pupils. Just white. Then their mouth opened, wider than it should have, and let out this horrible choking hiss. One by one, the others turned, mouth stretching open in silent screams. I backed away, trying to open the doors. Locked. The bus kept going, faster now, trees flashing past the windows like claws. I don't know how long I was in that bus. The world outside stopped making sense. The fog turned black. The road twisted in impossible angles. It felt like we were moving through somewhere else, like reality had left the building. Then, suddenly, screech, the bus jerked to a stop. The doors opened. Outside was pitch black. No road. No streetlights. Just void. And standing there, waiting, was the thing from the trees. It climbed aboard, ducking under the warped ceiling. Its limbs were impossibly long. Its skin was stretched tight over its bones. Its head tilted at a broken angle as it stared at me with hollow eyes. It moved toward me, slow and careful, like it had all the time in the world. I screamed and threw myself against the doors, pounding them until they gave way. I hit the snow hard. When I looked back, the bus was gone. No tracks. No sound. Just fog. I made it to the real bus stop eventually. A cop found me wandering in a daze at sunrise, barefoot, shaking, my work boots gone. They didn't believe a word I said, of course. Just stress. Just overwork. They took me to a hospital, gave me sedatives. I quit the job. Moved to the city. Never took night shifts again. But sometimes, when I walk past a bus stop late at night, I hear that same hissing sound. And I swear I see two headlights, just barely visible through the fog. I don't take night shifts anymore. I don't walk forest roads. And I sure as hell don't wait for buses alone. But sometimes, late at night in the city, I'll pass a bus stop. I'll hear it, that wet, choking hiss. And through the glass, in the fog, two headlights will be watching me.